I'm going to show you guys how bad I just shoveled. It was halfway up the door. You guys probably won't be able to hear me because it's windy. The neighbor had to park his truck right here last night. That's where he lives, up there. I'd say it's drifted in some spots right up to my chest. Oh, and this is the other side of the road. Finally up doing the road. Of course, I dropped you guys. Widened it out pretty darn good. Alright, well, good afternoon, guys. It is 2:25 in the afternoon. It's my first time picking up the camera. Today, I just kind of had one of those lazier type of mornings. I just got out of the bath, and I mean, I wasn't in the bath all day, but I had lunch, and I brought Riley and my niece to school this morning. Did all that, and the blower finally came up. I'm just cleaning this out of my sink right now. The blower came up, and finally, those of you who I have on Facebook know that we had quite a bit of snow here for the last 2 days. So I'm just kind of cleaning up my kitchen. I just watched Michelle's video. It's one of my friends here on YouTube, and she was making chicken, and I was thinking about making chicken before I even seen her video, but then I was like, oh my god, that looks so good. So obviously it's not going to be ready in time for supper. Like I said, it's 2:30. It's probably going to take a while to cook and all that stuff. This morning I had taken out burgers for supper. These were burgers that I pre-made, and they're just sitting in this pot. It was a dirty pot that I had boiled some eggs in this morning. So I set them in there just in case they leak anything. And anyways, I decided that I was going to make some burgers. I took out some hamburger buns. Sorry, I'm jumping back and forth here, but when I make Kraft Dinner, I never use the whole box. I just find it gets kind of cheesier with not using the whole thing. So I'm going to dump that into a bag and just keep it in, because I got a little bit of like cheese sauce up in the pantry, so if ever I feel like making Kraft Dinner, I'll just use that. But anyways, I thought my brother-in-law was picking up the kids tonight, but apparently he's not. I am. So my niece is very fussy when it comes to stuff like this. She doesn't like onions, and of course there's onions in there. I am going to make her a burger, but I'm going to make her the burger with the... Sorry, swinging around so fast here. The Walmart burgers here. Just going to take one out and make her that. And then that way there, she can't complain about onions. And tomorrow my son's going on a little outing with his pen pals, and they're providing lunch, so I don't have to make him any. I was going to make him an extra burger, because I did take out 4. I was going to make him an extra burger for his lunch tomorrow. And then I was like, oh yeah, I don't have to. So anyways, I want to go get this sink washed out and this sink filled up so I can do my dishes. And getting back to watching Michelle's video, she had made chicken, and she made homemade stuffing and all that, and I honestly was thinking about making a chicken today, but I was like, no, I'll make the burgers. That's where I was getting at. So I decided I'm going to put the chicken in my roast pan and get it going anyways, and then at least tomorrow when we come home, we'll have something for supper. Right now in the oven, there's some gluten-free bagels and a few gluten-free bread ends. I figured I'll make it gluten-free, and then that way that at least Jay can have some too. So I'm going to cook the chicken. I already took it out. It's right here. I bought this yesterday, I believe, when I was out and about, and I paid $7.60 for it. And it's going to last me a while. I'll be able to make quite a few meals out of that, so that's good. I like buying them when they're that cheap, because most times those ones, the store that I got it at sells them for like $12, and I won't pay that for a chicken. Anyways, I am going to put that in a roaster and just put a bunch of spices on it and put some broth in the bottom of it and cook that probably on, well, since it's frozen, I'll probably cook it maybe on 250, just to kind of slowly cook it for a couple hours, and then I'll speed up the process later on. And then that way there I can debone all the chicken and put the bones in the freezer, and I'll have the meat for, tomorrow and that. And then the stuffing, I'll be able to use that. We'll have that for leftovers tomorrow as well. And I can just make some corn or whatever with it tomorrow. And then there you go. After a day of being gone, we have a complete meal that I don't really have to slave over the stove for. So I figured that's what I will do. So I'm going to just get this mess cleaned up. This is obviously the blender that I'm going to use to blend my veggies in for the stuffing. I just got to put the chips away. That was pizza from last night, which, I mean, whatever. I could just put that away or stick that in the freezer, because Riley had pizza for his lunch today. And then I'm just going to get stuff cleaned up, and I got to go get them in a little while. Not, I don't know, a little over an hour. I have to go pick them up. So I'm going to get this all cleaned up. And there is 2 cupcakes left. So I'm going to give those for dessert, so I can get rid of those. I'll put those cookies away. I can get rid of that off my counter. In a little bit I'm going to get the burgers fried up, so at least those are done for when they get home. And I'll just tell Jay to put some french fries on for them, and they can have burgers and fries. It's not... and I want to make up the corn over there as well, just so they have a little bit of veggies in their meal. So anyways, I gotta go blow my nose and get the dishes done, so I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so I got behind me all cleaned up. I got most of my dishes done. There's just a pot in there and some utensils. And then behind me, I just took out the gluten-free bread. I'm going to crush that up. I'm going to blend up some carrots and onions and maybe a couple mushrooms. If I had some celery, I would do some celery, but I don't have that. So I'm going to grind all that up and I'll put it in the food processor, and then I'm going to put it on the stove and just kind of get it so that the vegetables aren't hard. And then I'm going to get my chicken prepped and in the oven on low. It's 10 to 3 right now. What else do I have to do? So I'm going to get the stuffing going, and then that's going to go into a dish into the oven for a little while, not like too long, and then I'm just going to finish cleaning up. I got to leave here in a little bit to go pick up the kids, so that's what's going on right now. And it's pretty, I just have to put that away whenever I'm done using it. And everything else is, this pot here goes into the oven when it's done. Just kind of, that's where I store it. I got my burgers. This is my niece's back here, and ours is on that one right there. And yeah, so I'll get the dishes put away after supper. That's what's going on right now. Right, so if you guys watched Michelle's video, you probably seen her making the exact same thing, because that's where I got, like I said, I was craving chicken, I was going to make it, but then I saw that and that gave me that little boost to want to make it. So yeah, I'm copying Michelle. No. So I got my big roast pan out, and I have my chicken in there, and I just put a little bit of salt, some pepper, some parsley. I have my spices over here. I have to put a little bit of garlic. I forgot that, but I have dried celery because I don't have any actual celery, and parsley. And I added a couple of these dehydrated vegetables in there. And then I had 3 carrots that were kind of starting to wilt in the fridge. So I didn't even peel them because we're not going to eat these carrots. And I chopped up 1 big onion and I just threw it all in there. And then like I said, I'm going to add a little bit of garlic over top of that. But we get this at the dollar store for $2, and it's like a concentrated chicken like stock type of thing. So you add the instructions say shake well, add Parador when making your favorite chicken, turkey, veal, pork, blah blah blah. For a hot drink, add 2 tablespoons. Okay, where's the instructions? Just give me a second. I'm going to find the instructions. I know it's blurry for you guys. Alright, so the only thing really I'm seeing is more or less for a hot drink, you add 2 teaspoons of this concentrate to a cup of water. I never measure anyways. I just drizzled some over the chicken. I put some in the bottom of here, and I'm just going to add. I just more or less do it to taste. I taste it. If it's chickeny enough for me, that's good. I've used this, like I said, I've made gravies where I just made like the stock and then added like a cornstarch slurry to it and all that stuff, and it works really well. So you can't see, but there is some of that stuff down here, so I'm just going to add a little bit of water. Probably to both sides, but the chicken's going to create water anyways because it's frozen. And I'm working on my, working on different things actually. I'm going to get the burgers cooked up here in a minute as well. So there, I just added that much. I'm going to keep an eye on it. If I notice that the liquid's getting low, I'll just add more water and stuff to it. And because I want to use the drippings and all that to make gravy. And over here I have my stuffing, which this was actually as white as this at some point, but I kind of forgot it a little long in there, but it doesn't matter because it's going to all be cooked up and moistened up and everything. So I am going to do the same thing. There's a little bit left in here. I'm going to take and make like a bouillon with it, and that's going to be added into here later, but for now, I'm going to chop up some carrots. I got some mushrooms and an onion. And then in here, I just added all these spices, parsley, celery. It's written celery tops. That must be what it is. I just dehydrated celery tops. I'm running low on all my dehydrated stuff that I did from stuff from like my garden and whatnot. I really need to invest in a dehydrator. I missed mine. I ended up chucking it because it kept breaking the trays that was on, and I wrote to the company and they sent me some, but it was just a really cheap. It's good. I mean, the dehydrator was good if you only dehydrate it once in a while, but whereas I was running it all the time and just the plastic trays weren't good. So anywho, I want to go ahead and finish making this. It's 3:11, so I gotta get my butt going before I have to go get the kids. I'm gonna turn these on. I'll turn them on 4. Get those cooked up so that they're ready to go, and then I'll get the French fries ready. My fries, I usually just put them on a baking sheet and drizzle them with oil. And then I just add some salt, some pepper, some parsley, that type of thing. Stick them in the oven, and they're good to go. So that's kind of working on 2 meals at once here. Alright, so I have my chopped up, let me focus here, my chopped up onions and carrots and mushrooms in here. And I just added a hunk of butter, and I'm just going to fry that a little bit just to get everything kind of softened up. And then I'll add my breadcrumbs in here, and if I need more butter, I'll add that as well. My burgers are frying away right here, spitting all kinds of grease up at me. And so yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and I forgot to mention too, in my chicken, I cut the whole onion up. I put the peel and everything. It was a nice, good clear, fresh onion. There wasn't any like mold or anything on. Sometimes you get that on the peel, but it was really good. So I just chopped the whole thing up, didn't waste nothing. It's gonna make like a broth anyways, so yeah. So I'm just gonna get this mixed up, softened up. I'm gonna get my dish out that I want to plate it up in, get these burgers flipped, and I'll be back. Alright, so this is bubbling down. I'm going to add my bread and let that just cook for a little bit. Kind of all the flavors mingle. And then I will be adding some broth to this just to soak up. The breadcrumbs can soak up and soften up. And I will chop some of these bigger pieces later when they're a little more maneuverable, I guess you could say. I flipped the burgers and I got the French fries out. There, it's going to be really good when it's done. So I put a little bit of oil in the bottom of that pan. I put a little bit of oil over top of the French fries. I just lost my little plastic thing here. And then I just season them up. Give them a little stir and stick them in the oven. And I don't think I'm going to stick them in the oven right now because I'm only leaving here in about a half an hour. So whenever I leave, I'll tell Jay to come and keep an eye on them. Alright, so the French fries are all ready for the oven. I just put a little bit of, tiny bit of salt, some pepper, and some parsley over top of them. And they're all oiled up. And then I decided to chop up some mushrooms. There's a little bit left, so I chopped those up. And I'll put those on the burgers with some cheese. And I just fried them in the bits of the hamburger that was left. And I put a tiny bit of water. That's why they're so dark. But they're not burnt or nothing like that. My niece's hamburger's there. The rest of the hamburgers are there. When I get back, I will make them up. A burger and fries and some corn. So I'll show you guys our plate whenever it's all ready. There's Riley's burger. Look how good that looks. So this is what the road is supposed to look like. He widened her out pretty good. It's really blocked yesterday. Alright, so I'm on my way to pick the kids up right now. I just had a hard time in my driveway. Look, it's already starting to drift right there. Those snowbanks are higher than my car, let's just put it that way. Let's put the things into perspective, that's how high, not these ones, but the ones in front of my place are. The road looks like it's icy. So yeah, I pretty much got the kids' plates all ready. We're just waiting on the French fries. And there was a little bit of cucumber left. I told Jay to cut that up, put that on their plates just to get that eaten up. And I just want to slam the brakes on to see if it's my brakes like lock. I don't know, it's weird. They pump, so I didn't slide, but it looks icy. I wouldn't walk on that. I know yesterday we went to walk because we had to meet my mom because she drove because we couldn't get past the drift that was at our place. And Riley just ran out on the road. Just as quick as he ran, he fell. It's like, don't be running. You guys can't tell, but the road is completely icy. But anyways, I'll be glad. I know spring starts in like 22 more days, but I don't think we're going to be seeing any spring-like weather around here for a while. It might warm up though and start melting, which would be good, but I have 85 kilometers. I have a quarter of a tank of gas, so I hope, well, I know I should be good to go out to come get the kids and come home, and then tomorrow I'll bring them, and then we got to go down to dialysis, so I'll just go get some gas then. Wish I could swing you guys like that, keep you there. I don't want to move it too much though, because it'll break on me again. So yeah, today wasn't a very overly productive day. I said to myself this morning, I am relaxing, because the last couple of nights I've been up pretty much all through the night. I don't even know what uninterrupted sleep feels like. It's been that long. Like, I haven't to sit there and be like, okay, I'm going to bed at this time at night and wake up the next morning. It has been so long since that happened. Like I said, I'll go to sleep. Sometimes I'll get tired at like 10:30 and I'll go to bed, and 11:30 I'm up, and then I go back to sleep a little bit later, a couple minutes later, and I'm back up at 12:30 having to pee, and then 2:30, and it seems like it's always the same hours. Like, I know, okay, I'm going to check my phone and it's going to be 2:30 in the morning, which sucks. And the worst part is it's not like I feel refreshed, but I feel like I could get up for the day. The other day I was tired too there, and I never nap in the daytime, and I was like, I am going for a nap, and I think I closed my eyes, I fell asleep for, no joke, 10 minutes, and I woke up and I was ready to go. Like, it's always bad right there, because there's a hump right here, and then up a little ways there's water that runs across the road, freezes, and yeah, so. But anyways, yesterday we went, and when Jay went to dialysis, my mom come down with me. Like I said, I couldn't make it up the road. The road was just blocked. It was drifted, so I couldn't get over. And so my mom come with me, and we went and did a little shopping. She was gonna give me money to buy some stuff for Riley's birthday, but we were going out shopping anyway. So, anyways, we ended up picking up the treat bags and the tablecloth and like the bags that the treats are gonna go into. And I didn't overdo it. I just basically, at the dollar store, the chips are 2 for $1, so we got everybody a chip, and those little pixie sticks there that are full of sugar, they have 2 of those. And then I bought those, like, I think they're called tops or something like that, and you just spin them, and it's just a little game to play with. And there's 2 kids that are like younger in age. One is only turning 1, and I mean, she can eat the cheesies and stuff like that, but I got her a little doll, and I got my little cousin there that was up sick in the hospital in Quebec. They're finally home. They got home yesterday. I got him a little toy truck, a little toy bus, I mean, and I'm gonna ask his mom if he eats cheesies, because if he does, I'll give him a thing of cheesies. And then they all have a juice, and I have suckers at home, and little marshmallow bunnies, and just some stuff kicking around that we're not really eating, so I'm just gonna chuck in the treat bags and get rid of it, because that is how I roll. So anyways, we got that, and we got the pop and the chips and I don't know if I said the tablecloth, and the balloons and the candles and all that fun stuff. Oh, that's good. He shoveled out the garbage bin here, because it wasn't shoveled out, and if I would have known, I would have brought my garbage. Recycling's wide open. Anyways, and so we got things like that. The only thing that we're really missing right now is the hot dogs and the buns. My mom has like cutlery and all that, and I bought the cake mixes. I'm gonna make, there's a butter pecan and a chocolate, so I'm gonna make one of them into a cake, and probably the butter pecan into a cake, and the chocolate I'll make into cupcakes. And I'm just gonna buy some Smarties and put them on the top. Anyways, my mom was gonna give me like $100 towards the birthday party, and I think we only spent about maybe $80, $80, $90. So whatever else she gives me towards it, I'll just pick up what I can, and then I'll buy the rest. And I was thinking that I thought that guy was gonna pull out for a second. What was I gonna say? I hate that when I lose my train of thought. Oh, the veggie tray. I'm gonna kind of price it because I think I can make it for cheaper than what you pay. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then we'll just buy a fruit tray. And they're gonna basically get there. The birthday party's at 12. I'm gonna tell them, okay, come in, we're gonna eat all that stuff, have our cake, and then they're gonna go outside and have a sliding party for the rest of the day. So my fingers crossed that it's nice and it's not storming, because then a lot of people won't be able to make it up. He's got a couple friends coming from school, and yeah, so I'm here at the school now, so I'm gonna shut you guys off, and I will see you in a little bit. Well, I might as well talk to you for a few minutes before they get here. The bell's only going to ring in about 10 minutes. Look how high that snowbank is right there. It's literally, I could probably, if I were to stand up there, I could probably touch the power line. That's how high it is. I should take you guys off and show you the one beside me in the schoolyard. Crazy. The one beside me, they're not even allowed in. I'll show you guys. That's how high it is. Like, that's a fence post, and it's like way up. So yeah. Crazy amount of snow that we got this year. So there you go. Anyway, so like I said, when I go home, I'll show you guys our plate. I don't know how long I'll be able to vlog here before it gets turned off, but I'll talk as long as I can. And I'll show you guys our plate when we get home, so that you guys can see what we're having for supper. And I think that's going to be the end of today's vlog, just because there's not really much going on. I'm bringing, like I was saying, I thought my brother-in-law was picking the kids up, but he's not. So, and my mom and dad are gone because they live over at my parents' place right now. They should be moved into their house this summer. I'll turn the car off just because I only have 77 kilometers, which I got plenty because it's like 25, I think, to get to town. So it only took me about 10 kilometers to get here. What was I saying? Yeah, so they're going to be moved into their house probably this summer sometime, and maybe at the latest the fall. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this spring will be moved in. I don't know. They've been working pretty hard at the house. So anyways, I'm picking up my niece. I pick them up, like we have our days where we pick the kids up and whatnot, and typically tonight would be a dance night, but dance is on March break, so they are off. The dance teacher's lucky. She's like in the Bahamas or something right now. But my niece is going to come to my house, have supper. Like, obviously, you guys saw, in case you were wondering why I was cooking for my niece. That's why. And, yeah, there's not too much happening. I'm going to get Riley to do his homework. And, yeah. Anyways, this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I meant to mention it in my other video, but I kind of forgot. You guys might have seen going around the internet this Momo. She's like a really creepy ass looking doll. And anyways, she like tells kids to do bad stuff and whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, like, my son's never gonna really see that or whatever. And just for the hell of it, the other day, I showed him a picture, and I was like, have you ever seen this picture on the internet? Or, because he watches YouTube, and usually he watches, like, channels kind of, like that YouTube Family and stuff like that, not there's a couple others he watches, and I tell him to shut it off. But anyways, I was so surprised when he said yes, he knew who that was, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So I told him obviously these ones that he had seen them on. Like, I don't know if she had popped up per se, or if it was just this channel that he was watching. They were talking about her or whatever it was. Anyways, I told him I wasn't mad at him or nothing, because it's not his fault, but, all this foolishness. And she was originally, I think she was like on YouTube Kids, where, it's supposed to be a safe app and whatever. But anyways, I told him, I was like, if you ever see her again, like if, you're watching a YouTube video and you see her, I was like, bring me the phone, because I want to see what it is exactly. And he said, like, she was saying, like, I said, I don't know exactly what he was watching, but he said, like, she was saying stuff like, oh, push your friends down the stairs and things like that. So I was like, he obviously knows that's not right, but he also didn't come and tell me at the time. So I said, you're only allowed to watch this, and every few minutes I go over, and now I watch to see what he's watching. And I told him if he ever sees her again on any YouTube channel to come and let me know. And obviously, I will take the steps that I need if I have to report it, if I, whatever the case may be. So, obviously, I'm not going to report a channel if they're just kind of doing like I am and talking about her, but I'm not going to show a picture because she's creepy. Creepy as hell. But, yeah, I'm sure you guys seen her floating around Facebook and all that stuff. It's just not something... it's not something our kids need to see, and I honestly, they were saying, there was an article saying that a little boy or a little girl or whatever, killed themselves because of her, and this other one cut his or her hair because of her, and that guy is not going 50. Anyways, all this stuff, and it's just, I honestly think whoever created, I was reading different things. Like, I think she was created by somebody else, but then these hackers got a hold of her and was using her type of thing to do bad or whatever it was. Anyways, I'm not 100% sure. I just know she is not good. And I think whoever's, if they find the hackers, they should be prosecuted, because it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Especially on apps like YouTube Kids that's supposed to be safe for kids. And even like Peppa Pig. I've seen some Peppa Pigs where it's gruesome, and Peppa Pig's not like that when you watch it on TV. They just take these kid shows and turn them into something that they're not. And you think, okay, well, here, I'm going to give you the tablet or whatever and go watch Peppa Pig, and here the first one might be okay, but then the next one he clicks on, it's like, it's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. And I know as a parent, it should be our responsibility to be making sure what our kids are watching on, on social media and stuff like that. And he usually just goes to Facebook. He's not on Facebook. He goes to YouTube. But I can guarantee now I'm going to be monitoring it a lot better. There's not going to be any more of him, like, we go and we check every few minutes, what's he watching, but he's pretty good. He knows now they're not to watch some of those ones that he was watching, and, because I told him if I catch you watching it, like, obviously purposely and whatnot, he's going to lose the tablet or the phone for a really long time, so I just figured I would touch base on that, and I'm sure, like I said, you guys have seen her. She's creepy. She creeps me out, so I'm sure she'd creep out kids. It's just not something that should be going around on YouTube and whatnot. And like I said, even the harmless shows, you think they're harmless, and they're not. So, just check up on your kids once in a while and make sure that they're not getting into any craziness. That's my little rant for the day. Kids should be out any minute now, so I'm going to shut you guys off. And there's people all around me, and I probably look like I'm just sitting here talking to myself. But It's all good. It's all good. Anyways, I will be back when I'm home. There's the bell. I don't know what song it is. They usually change the songs if they ask the kids what they want, and the kids obviously play music like from their generation or the craziness that they listen to. Anyways, the kids will be out running out here any minute now. I want to shut you guys off, and when I get home, I will show you guys what we're having our plates when they're all done up. Alright, so there's supper. I have my corn, my fries with a little bit of ketchup. This is the stuffing. It's good, but that's the first time that I made it like that. Usually I make it with potatoes and breadcrumbs and stuff, and it's good. And then I have a melted cheese, and there's mayonnaise, cheese, and mushrooms on my burger. So I'm gonna go have supper and try to get this video up. So thank you guys for watching. Alright, so everybody finished supper. Everybody cleared their plates completely. It was delicious. So now, for my dessert, I'm going to have an Earl Grey Vanilla Orange Pekoe tea. I drink tea. I'm not like a huge tea drinker. I prefer coffee, but every once in a while after supper, it's good. So, the only thing I have to pack tomorrow is Riley's snack, which is awesome. Saves me the hassle of all that. Like I was saying, I know I had closed the video off before this clip, but that was my first time making the stuffing like that. I made it like how Michelle makes it, and it was good. It was different, but I think I'm going to stick to my the way that I make it with the there's like usually I made it this way just because I could do it gluten-free. I usually make it with like breadcrumbs and potatoes and onions and summer savory. No, maybe not the summer savory. There might be a little summer savory in it. And I usually put it in like tin foil, and I let it bake in the oven. Maybe had I done that, it might not have been like, I might have added too much broth to it too, but like I said, I'm not complaining. It was good. Jay really enjoyed it, and he was able to eat it. It was gluten-free, so I guess that's the main thing. My chicken is still in the oven. It looks like it's halfway done at least, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. It's been at 300 for a few hours now, so I've just been basting it. I basted it a while ago when I got home. And we got all these dishes. They're washed. I will probably later on when I get my second wind there, I just want to go and sit down. I'll probably put them away before the morning. There's the sink's got like, you can't tell, but there's supper dishes in there. There's some plates and bowls and stuff like that. So yeah, that's that. I'm just going to have to clear this off. That's for the cats. This is going to be filled back up with some water and all this stuff. Turn that over because it's got his information on it. But yeah, so everything's coming along good. My kitchen's clean. Supper's done. People are fed. I don't have to worry about making him a lunch tomorrow. My tea just boiled. My water just boiled for my tea. I have to watch what I'm actually doing and not watch it through the phone screen because sometimes a little off. So I'll let that steep for a little bit. The kids each had a bowl of ice cream for dessert, and they had those cupcakes that were over there. I gave them each one. Got rid of that. This has the cookies, which I will put up here. Or I could even put them in a snack bucket, but I know that they're up there, so things are coming along. Like, I want to leave these here just because I bring out the chicken and that, but once the chicken's done, I will put these away. This goes back into the oven. I'll probably just set this whole dish into the fridge for today, and Jay can have some tomorrow with the chicken. Once that comes off later on, like I said, once I get my second wind, I'll probably debone the chicken while it's warm because that's the best time to do it. And then I'll save the the bones and all that stuff like I was saying. And eventually, like, I have enough stuff now to make chicken broth, but I want to wait before I do that because container-wise and stuff like that. But anywho, that's that. I'm going to close this off for now for good, though. Maybe I'll go and I'll work on this video and get it up on the actual day that I vlogged it. It's 5:26 right now, and look at that. The sun is still shining. Love it. It's hard to see out these windows because they get all fogged up, but the sun's going down. And you guys saw I vlogged a little bit how they actually cleared the road now. So that's nice, but it's actually starting to see, the wind's always blowing, eh? So yeah, so that's that. I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks so much for watching my channel and leaving your comments. I enjoy interacting with you guys in the comments. So if you guys want to leave me a comment, go ahead. I see a lot of people doing Q&As. So I was thinking about maybe doing something like that. So if you guys watch this video right to the end and you see this, obviously, if there's questions that you guys want to know, let me know and I'll write them down. And eventually, if I get enough questions, I'll sit down and do a Q&A for you guys. So, ask away. Alright, have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.